even got, I see we've even got somebody from as far away as South Florida. So, hey, Joe. Welcome to our first Meet the Members. We've shifted a lot. Oh, wait, we've shifted everything virtually in the last 4 weeks, as I'm sure everyone else has. And we were trying to think of ways that we could get folks involved. And we decided, hey, let's go with a way that we can connect some of our members to other members, and this was born, and I was already in an email conversation with Taylor, and so she got snagged as one of our newest TAO members, and then Jared, we wanted to make sure that we were inclusive of the whole state that we represent, the region actually, so folks that are listening in or see more of these in the future anticipate seeing people from the Southern Willamette Valley region, as well as Bend, as well as Vancouver, Washington. So I think we may have a little technical challenge with the screen being frozen. I haven't seen a Slack from Justin, but since that hasn't moved, there may be a small problem, but okay, there we go. So I still get my participant guidelines. So everybody's been muted. That's on purpose, and we've also suppressed everyone's video. For those of you that are not familiar, when you are recording the voice and video, it's a big strain on Zoom server, and so that can cause some of the latency issues, and we are trying to have these for evergreen content. If you would like to ask a question, you can do this one of two ways. You can put a chat either in the everyone, so we can all see it. You can send it to me directly, you can send it to Justin, or you can go down on the participant tab on the bottom, and you can see a variety of icons, including raise your hand, yes, no, there's an applause, there's a thumbs up, thumbs down. So if you want to engage with us that way, feel free to go through the participant tab. So then on our next slide is who your TAO hosts are. So there's me, and there's Justin, who we never see because he's always behind the scenes, but these things do not happen without him. So thank you, Justin. And then our next slide, I think, is going to be our fabulous members. So I'm not going to talk about you. I'm going to let each of you do that. And then I've got some questions that we're going to ask that are pretty specific to the tech ecosystem here. And then we'll do a little bit of fun things because, you know, we can't do everything serious. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Taylor start. Jared, I know that you would allow her to do that anyway because you're chivalrous.
Awesome.
Taylor, introduce yourself.
Cool. Hi, everybody. I'm Taylor Welsh. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I am the CEO of Walker Tracker.
And Jared.
Hi, I'm Jared. I'm the CTO of UpTime Sciences.
Fantastic. So, Taylor, what does Walker Tracker do?
So Walker Tracker is a B2B SaaS platform, and we work with organizations, brokers, and health plans to build out well-being programs for their organizations and their members. Via mobile integrations with like Fitbit and a bunch of the different devices that people are using, including a lot of apps that folks are using to track their activity, their meditation, mental health, stress, all of those things. We pull it into one platform and kind of make all that meaningful data come together and intersect in one place.
Awesome. And Jared, what about y'all at UpTime Sciences? What do you do?
So UpTime Sciences, we are a IT management and consulting firm. The terms would be managed service provider and managed security service provider. We help organizations from end to end with all of their technology needs. So setting it up, managing it.
Didn't UpTime Sciences just get a really cool Microsoft recognition?
We've gotten recognition from Microsoft, but we actually were just nominated for in the MSP 500. We're in the top 250 category.
What does that mean, being in the MSP 500?
It's basically just like the Inc. 500. It's a rating based on our qualifications, our service delivery, our partnerships, and basically, they do a lot of vetting to push us through, like to categorize us and show that we're actually a legit business that knows what we're doing.
I mean, have you not seen your background? You've got a legit Zoom background with your logo up there.
Yeah.
I think that defines legitimacy in our current world. All right, I'm going to pick on you to keep talking. Why are you a TAO member?
Me? Why am I a TAO member? So I originally started just going to some of the TAO events down here in Eugene, just to see what they were. I'm like, hey, you know, it's kind of like going to chamber networking events, but it's all for tech people. From there, the reason I kept on coming back was I started making more friends that also like technology, and it was a fun place to hang out. And then it became kind of business networking, finding ways to work together. And then when I moved to Portland, it was also just it was a place I didn't really like. I'm from Oregon, but I didn't really know anyone in Portland. It was a place for me to know that I could go and connect with other individuals and make more friends. And now I hop between both Eugene and Portland.
Awesome. And Taylor, what about you? Why are you a TAO member other than the fact that I said, hey, be a TAO member?
Yeah, peer pressure, purely. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm actually going to take a step back and talk about kind of why community is important to me. And that's exactly what TAO gives me. So when I moved into the role of CEO, which was just shy of 4 years ago, I did not have a group of peers or a community around me to really support me in that role. And I very quickly realized that it's not something you go alone. That it really takes an army of support and connections and people sharing their experiences and being there for you to give you advice, or sometimes just being there to not give you advice. And the TAO community offers that, not only, you know, connections to other people that have done what I'm doing or have been through it before, or possibly are going through it, you know, in the next round of founders and CEOs. So for me, it's really the support network, the peers, and the community.
I love that. That's such a good answer. All right, so you talked about the community, both of you, and Taylor, I'm going to pick on you. What is it that you love the most about the tech ecosystem in the region?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm from Portland, and this is the only tech ecosystem I've been a part of. But one thing I really appreciate is that it's kind of radically inclusive and accessible. So if there is any person in the city of Portland, or probably in the state of Oregon, that you want to be connected with as an entrepreneur or someone in the tech industry, you're really just one introduction away. Pretty much anyone will get coffee with you. I am living proof of that. It's kind of amazing the people that have agreed to meet with me and talk about my business and give me advice along the way. And I also think that it's, you know, full circle, because I'm excited to do the same thing. So I guess what I love the most is just the people, and the people are so accessible and so ready and willing to connect with you.
I love that. And Jared, same question, and you probably have some interactions with other tech ecosystems because you do travel and support some companies in other parts of the country. So I'm curious your perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree 100% with what Taylor said. It's the relationships, it's the people, the fact that we're all pulling for each other's success. I think one of the greatest parts for me is knowing where all of this technology comes from. So my friends like Jake Weatherly with Sheer ID, knowing what he like supports, IDX, you know, all of the great companies here. Knowing how it plays on the world stage, and then because we're more than just Nike Town in Eugene, we really are a huge tech town as well. As far as our ecosystem here, what I like is again, Taylor mentioned coffee. I can go down to my coffee shop, and I know I'm going to run into somebody. If I have something that I have on the top of my mind, but I don't necessarily know how to get it done, there's always someone I know that I can get a hold of and talk to. Different than it's much more accessible than I think. when I go to Florida. People are still friendly there, just not as friendly, I don't think. That's just my opinion.
We've got the executive director of the Palm Beach Tech Council on here. He may want to have a different opinion.
I feel attacked right now.
Meet Mr. Joe Russo, folks, in West Palm.
Jared, I'll just private message you some stuff back there to retort. I'm kidding.
You're in West Palm?
Yes.
I was actually just in West Palm back in December. I played the PGA National Golf Course.
I thought about doing that once, and I'm terrible at golf, but I have been there.
Yeah. Well, and I think PGA is maybe one of Joe's members. So there you go. You're still supporting the innovation economy, even when you're down there in South Florida playing golf.
Yeah, that was for a tech conference.
That's very cool. Well, okay, so here's a question that is more specifically related to what's going on today. So what is your company doing in response to the pandemic? And more specifically, do you have a product or a service that you're providing right now that would benefit other members in the community at large? And Taylor, I'll start with you.
Awesome. So we fairly quickly realized that our product, originally a walking challenge platform when we started 14 years ago, and now more of a holistic wellness program, could provide a lot of value to companies that are remote right now. We shifted our focus towards driving connection for dispersed teams and overall well-being for remote teams. So a lot of the talk with the companies I'm working with, the health plans that we've partnered with, is around mental well-being right now. And I think that's kind of something that's not being talked about, because obviously the crisis is around, like looking at the death rates and the number of people with COVID, but there's this whole unspoken crisis in mental health right now around loneliness, isolation, people who are losing their jobs. There's a lot of fear, and we're able to provide a space to connect people, to keep their teams connected, to help them do better work and still focus on their well-being. It's pretty easy to fall victim to, I'm stuck in my home, I don't have to put regular clothes on, I don't have anywhere to be today, and it's really hard to keep people motivated, and that's pretty much what our platform is built to do. And also, before I pass this on, we do have a free challenge going on for all Portland businesses. So if you would like to join, it's just portland.walkertracker.com. You can sign up your business, or you can join as an individual, stay active, connect with other people, and see what's going on in there. Cara is absolutely hilarious in there, so make sure to make friends with her and follow her. It's quite a hoot.
I really like taking steps, and I'm using your platform to connect for my mental well-being, and I'm getting good reactions, so it is fun. Y'all should join. And if someone, like Mark, as an EIR, if you're feeling teamless and you want to sign up for a team, TAO will take you. We are happy to have the EIRs and their steps supporting us. All right, Jared, what about UpTime Sciences? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, so as a service delivery team, we have a lot of clients that we support their technology environments. The nice thing is that with UpTime, we are almost 100% cloud native. All of our tools are all cloud, and so we personally were able to transition really quickly to working remote, especially because there's quite a few of us that travel. It's been more focused on transitioning to support our clients and maintain business continuity for them, and helping them move to being more remote. A lot of that's been kind of implementing a lot of Microsoft tools for document sharing, secure document sharing, and communication. So that would kind of be my answer on that.
All right, good. In line with that, and not a directly related to TAO question, have can either of you describe your funniest virtual meeting moment that you've either participated in or seen happen, and not one of the memes that's gone viral on the internet, one that you've actually witnessed or been a part of? Jared, this is why I asked if you'd come to any of our programs, because I made a huge faux pas last week on one of our virtual programs.
Yeah, my son walked in on one of my calls, and he didn't know. I don't think he knew that I was on a call, and out of just nowhere, just hear, "Yo, Dad, make me a sandwich." like, that was my son.
That's how we talk to each other in our house.
And then what's even more great is that then 2 seconds later, because I do have a green screen behind me, my son was wearing his green Minecraft sweater, and so it blended in, and it just looked like there was a face hovering right over me in this area, and it was awesome.
Wow, that's the best answer we've gotten, Jared, and we've been asking everybody that question. Well, we've got a thumbs up. We have a speaker that wants to add something.
I may have 2 fun events from just today.
Who is talking?
That's Mark. Sherwood, typically, I would work in Tualatin if our office would be open.
Okay, so what happened?
And yeah, I had calls this morning with our customer in Germany, and for them it was 4 p.m. and we went on a call, and apparently her camera automatically turned on and she wasn't aware of it, and she was still wearing her PJs. And it took her 15 minutes to realize it when her boss said.
Taylor, do you have anything to add before this spins totally out of control?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if mine are as radical. I have a dog. So of course there's the constant coworker chatter in the background, and I also live in an apartment. So when someone like goes down the hall, she wants to bark. And thank goodness she's just like sleeping. So that's really nice. I did a webinar the other day with a couple of my coworkers about well-being at home. And I was talking about, and I'm really scared to say her name right now actually, but the little Amazon robot that we have sometimes. We talk to her and we make her play music and all of that.
Yeah.
So I had mentioned that on the webinar. We were talking about meditation, and she turns on and starts immediately playing Rage Against the Machine. And so I don't really know how I got there, but I had to yell at her in the middle of a webinar to stop playing music, and it was quite embarrassing. Just silence.
I magically got muted. I don't know if I muted myself. That is amazing. I love that. And I think we have, Justin's telling me that Mark has a hand raised. Oh, you did raise your hand to make the comment. Sorry, Mark, I didn't see you before. I didn't call on you. I'm going to share my embarrassing story, but not the full details, because luckily mine was captured on a TAO event, and you can watch it fully on our YouTube channel. But as learning to be an online facilitator, I talked through all of the participant options where you can raise your thumb up or do a thumbs down or raise your hand. And the little hands that are applauding, when you hover over it, it says clap. And I asked all 40 of our attendees to please give our speaker the clap. And that got a great reaction from her. She covered her mouth and was horrified, and I was like, oh my God, I'm still talking. Please, someone save me. And it got a lot of laughter, because that was at a 7 p.m. meeting, so everyone had had a beer, and I was like, I'm going to shut up now. I should never be allowed to leave my house. So I have one saved for posterity. Okay, speaking of saved for posterity, what is your favorite TAO memory, Jared? And I think that's going to be a hard question for you, because you are a super TAO event user.
Yeah. I love the events at Autzen, where TAO's brought companies that are looking at potentially moving to the region. Those ones are always fun, just getting to share how amazing how amazing our community is. Party in the Pinot is always a fun one. Like the Sazeracs. Oh my gosh! Last year the Sazerac was amazing. Amazing food, amazing people. I love the awards. I actually met, like, I meet new people every time, and it's every event is fun. Hack
I
for
knew
a
that
cause.
Jared's our super fan. He's just basically ran through all of our programming. That was amazing. Taylor, do you have a favorite memory?
Yeah, I just chose one, but I went to the Tech Awards a couple years ago with my CFO, and it was actually my first time attending, and it was kind of like tech entrepreneurs in the wild. You know, everyone was a little bit lubricated, everyone was letting loose, and it was just really cool to see that and not have I think a lot of the events that we go to end up being just you elevator pitch 50 times in a night. Hey, what do you do? What do you do? Not who are you as a person or what do you care about? And I think the cool thing about getting a bunch of people in a room together that have common interests but aren't there to pitch their companies or aren't there to gain anything, there's no asks. It's just like, let's get together and let's celebrate. And that's super special.
I love that.
And there are after parties for after parties, and then an after party.
We like to celebrate. It's important. I think we all recognize that everybody in this ecosystem and community works really hard for what we do, and I think you've seen it just live and in person. Well, not live and in person, live and virtually over the last 3 weeks, as everyone's transitioned and is trying to be, you know, as innovative as they can be. All right, here's a question. We're gonna be vulnerable, and I'm gonna open us up to a little feedback. So, what could we do better, or more of, or different? And Jared, if you say we need to host another after party, I might have to mute you because I feel like we've done a lot of after parties. So you come to a lot of our events. Like, what can we do? What can we do better? How can we better connect with the community?
That's a hard one because I'm so involved, like, with the events. I don't know how to answer that one because I'm always involved in something, so I always feel connected. Maybe connecting with some of the other groups here locally. Maybe some different trade organizations. I don't. And some of the other security events. Like, I think, well, we had our conversation a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago now, tying maybe more into like the SIM and some of the other tech groups. But overall, I think TAO is amazing.
I mean, Taylor, can you top that?
I think you guys have your very own hype man. Like, you should.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
TAO has been a great. All my friends are involved in it, and I definitely enjoy it.
Awesome.
But no, seriously, we always like feedback. You know, we got some feedback this morning that most of us don't have super young kids, and most people have some divide and conquer ability with homeschooling virtually. And so we were like, okay, well, we'll be super helpful to our members, and we'll do all of our programming between 9 a.m. and like 3 p.m. so that like they can have family time on either side. And we got some input that that was tough for people that were trying to get kids focused on school, and was there an option for something later in the day, like a 4 or a 5 p.m. And we were fairly surprised to hear that, but we are absolutely happy to do it. So I think our next Meet the Members will be a little later in the day, and we're looking at some other programs that we can roll out. So we're pretty responsive. So there you go, Taylor. I've given you an example of some specific feedback, and you're still like, I don't know how to answer this.
Well, I mean, I do have feedback, but it's not probably what you want to hear exactly and concretely. But I mean, as a fairly new member, I guess as a second-time member, but coming because it's been a while. Coming back, I would say keep doing what you guys are doing, but I also really appreciate the opportunities to do virtual events because not all of us can be in one place at the same time, of course, and we're all trying to fit so much into our schedules. And so physically going to an event doesn't take just an hour. It takes like an hour on either side, right? So that's almost 3 hours of your day, 2 hours of your day. So if there's a way to stop into an event for 30 minutes when you have the time to participate, I think that's really valuable, especially right now. I think we're learning really interesting lessons about how physical meetings and conference rooms maybe don't have to be that way. And maybe there's a way that we can do things more efficiently. So I'd say keep doing what you're doing. Support people virtually, and I think it's really cool that you can connect the Tech Association and everyone that's involved across the entire state. So finding more ways to do that, because I'm interested in knowing people outside of Portland.
No, I think that's really great feedback, and that's definitely one of our silver linings that we've seen in this pandemic is we do a lot of executive engagement, but we do that in Portland. So you get a lot of those invites, and Jared does not, and he's also an executive. And so we've been able to open up some of that programming statewide, and we're seeing folks connect from all of our regions, which is super cool. And then even beyond that, you know, we've taken programming that we were pretty adamant had to be in person, like a hackathon, and we've made that virtual, which then got participation from teams in 9 states, which was completely unexpected. And we actually think that the program was stronger because we did it virtually. So I think you'll see continued virtual programming as well as more of a blended model as we come out of this, because we see that we can do it. So that's great. That's great feedback. And we keep asking people to tell us how we're doing on the virtual programming, because I think everyone is kind of learning as they go. But if your son happened to walk in right now, Jared, and it was just his head, that would be amazing.
The door is currently locked.
Nice. Keeping him out. All right, we're getting close here to being done. We scheduled for 45 minutes because we weren't exactly sure, and we'll probably open it up to let other people chat. But I'll ask you each a question that kind of involves you talking to each other. Prior to this video chat, have you all met each other before?
Nope.
No.
So that's amazing. If you could ask each other a question as business leaders, and you know a little bit about each other now, or even just, you know, what are you doing to stay sane during this time? Like, Taylor, what would you ask? What would you ask Jared? You ask the question. We'll answer your question.
Okay, cool. I love being the facilitator. I love asking questions. So, Jared, it's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Virtually. Maybe we'll do this in person in a few months. I'm always interested to hear why people get up in the morning and what drives their enthusiasm for what they're doing. So my question to you is, you know, what are you most excited about that you guys are doing at UpTime right now, and what drives that, you know, excitement for you?
Definitely. Obviously with everything right now, it's a bunch of uncertainty. I don't necessarily know what's going on. I'm constantly questioning it. I'm trying to find new ways just to keep sane. I'm doing my own mental health recordings every day, just like to kind of track my progress of what I'm thinking. But what I really like right now is that we're able to help businesses with the knowledge that we have, and kind of put them to ease on this move and this transition to working remote. We understand the tools. We can help them get set up with them, and we're helping them be successful and productive. And that's what is exciting for me, is that I can actually, the tools and the things that I know are helping business owners actually get sleep at night, so that way they can wake up the next morning. That's it kind of yeah, that would be my thoughts on that.
I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
I feel like that's why I get up every single morning too. So I appreciate that.
It's tech for the greater good. It's like we're excited just to be a resource.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I feel so incredibly grateful to be in technology right now, and to be in a position to actually help companies and help individuals I think both of us are in a unique position where our technology platforms or our companies are actually providing resources, and they're not, it's not above and beyond, it's not an extra, it's actually crucial to companies, their leadership, their cultures. So it's good.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be checking out the Walker Tracker app a little bit later.
Awesome.
It sounds fun.
Join us.
It's pretty great.
I need something to stay active.
Yeah.
Try and beat me.
Yeah, no one's trying to beat you anymore, Cara. We've all let you, we put you in a challenge by yourself, maybe with John from TriMet, because you two are going out of the water.
I think John's trying to kill me, and I'm just so tired. Jared, what would you like to ask Taylor? And then I'm going to actually open it up and see if we have anybody on the participant side that wants to ask one of our members anything.
Have you? What is your favorite winery in Oregon?
Oh my gosh.
Good question.
I mean, this is a great question, but I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really drink wine.
What do you? What is your favorite alcoholic beverage?
Tequila. I am a tequila.
Tequila?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you? I've been making mezcal margaritas here at home.
Yes.
Yes. They are amazing. Float a little bit of Chambord, raspberry framboise on top. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm impressed. Yeah, I have a couple bottles of mezcal over here, so.
It's amazing. So that's.
I like it. This is like real networking. What's happening right here is you all getting to know each other, and our rest of our members now know that we have favorite drinks.
Hey, we're gonna have to go out for margaritas.
Yeah,
I love it.
Totally in. I'm probably gonna reach out to you and ask you how to make a mezcal margarita with all the goodies you just mentioned.
Yeah, it's so good.
Y'all are so fun. Okay, I've got two more questions for you. One is serious and one is a little less serious. Which one should we do first?
Serious.
Serious. All right.
Kind of fun though.
If you could tell someone why they should join TAO, what would you tell them? If someone calls you after this and says, "Hey Taylor, that was great, but Cara's gone, why should I join?"
Well, for me, I mean, I think it goes back to the reason that I'm a member. There's a lot of things you don't know, if that makes sense. And I think it takes a community, and it takes a lot of resources to build a well-rounded leadership team.
Hey, I'm on a call, dude. Sorry.
Yes, it's happening.
It's happening.
He's currently knocking on the door.
So I would say join for the community, join for the support network, join for the connections, join for the unknown, the things that you don't know but will be very crucial in your journey. And then also, I didn't realize how broad the benefits were. For small organizations such as us, access to healthcare and benefits for your employees is extremely expensive, and it's really hard to roll out unless you're, significantly venture-backed. But you can get access to health benefits through TAO, which I had no idea about before we joined. So if you are a small company and you want to put employees' health, well-being, and benefits in the forefront of your culture, I think it's really important to look at those even early on. And having access to a grouped system so that you get the best premiums is really hard to get, first of all, but also really important. So.
Well, that's awesome. And we also offer 401k through our team as well. So that's another, for small companies, I mean, that's another huge benefit if you're trying to get employee benefits that are relevant. I love that. Thank you for saying that. That's a great plug. And you're right, we don't often talk about that one enough because we're so excited by the community and the connection that sometimes we forget that there is a business reason that's pretty compelling for folks to join. So thank you for that. And Jared, what about you? Why would you you can't just say because they're awesome. I mean, I know that's what you do say because I've heard you try to pitch people memberships for us, but beyond that, beyond us being awesome.
For me, what makes it great is that it's more than just a networking group. That is one of my favorite parts of it. But that there is content to help learn, like Leadership Launchpad. Engaging content that just kind of makes you think like, hey, you know, what am I doing? How am I doing it? The fact that that TAO is constantly innovating and finding new ways to connect with me also is very exciting. So the fact that I get to be on camera, it's fun.
Hey, we knew that if we were going to bring anybody from the Southern Willamette Valley to be our first Meet the Member, it was going to be you. That wasn't even like up for a vote. You were the first name that popped into our head, so we appreciate it.
That's awesome.
All right. So my last question.
We need to get more people from Portland down to Eugene.
We're going to do that as soon as we can all travel again. That is our plan.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yes, that would be amazing. So our last question has both like a physical and a theoretical component. So I think we prepped y'all for this, that we are curious in your roles. You probably wear a lot of hats. And so we want you to talk about your favorite hat that you wear, but also put on your favorite hat that you want to wear. So I will help lead this effort. I brought this gem in today. Here's my favorite hat, feather. So I gotta ask, am I doing this on my own, or did we all come prepared to wear our favorite hats?
I've got a hat, but it's not really a hat. So if you'd grant me the opportunity to go first, since I'm gonna put on a helmet, that would be awesome. Cara, this is totally for you. And I think this might actually be a more embarrassing moment than you telling that story on my platform. But I think that innovators are innately risk takers. And there's this quote that I really like, and I really relate to, that Reid Hoffman said, an entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down. And I truly feel like a lot of the times, you know, you just have to make moves. You just have to take action and move forward. And sometimes you have no idea where you're going, and you know that the path is very uncertain, but you just have to go forward. You just have to keep moving. And you don't always stick to your roadmap. In fact, like most of the time, you got to change it along the way. And so there's a lot of risks taking, but this helmet, this hat represents, I'm gonna take it off now. Thank you. This is my team. This is all of my employees. This is the entire tech community in Portland. This is my advisors and my peers. And it's basically kind of my crash pad when I make decisions and I move forward with things that may be uncertain and we're not sure of the results, but I can do it with confidence and kind of make wild moves and be a risk taker without doing it on my own and without, you know, a lot of fear.
I love that. Taylor, you're awesome. Your like answers all align back. Like I'm so impressed. Like so impressed. All right.
A helmet for you.
I love your helmet. Jared, I've seen you in some hats like already, so I'm really curious what's gonna come onto your head. Oh God. Okay. Oh good. We kind of match.
Ooh.
This is my Oktoberfest hat.
And why is this? What's your symbolism, or why is it your favorite? We know you like the after party, so.
Yeah. Well, I go to Oktoberfest in Munich. That's kind of my getaway and recharge. And I am Bavarian. Ik ben Nederlands. I am Dutch. But my favorite hat as far as uptime is getting to know my clients, getting to know their business. My job is like how it's made. I get to go into an organization and learn how they operate, how they conduct their business, and then I get to help them create a technology strategy around that to help keep them moving forward. And it's really exciting getting to be a part of that.
That's really cool.
I get to learn how I've learned how soy sauce is made, and that there's a soy sauce factory in Salem. Most people don't know that, but gotta learn that. I've been in tons of different factories. I know how tea is like manufactured. There's a lot of fun, a lot of fun parts of my job. So I try and keep the party going at Oktoberfest.
I love it. Well, I'm super appreciative of the two of you and everybody that was on. We had up to 28 people listening, and I actually learned a ton about both of your businesses and about you. And my favorite hat is my member engagement one. I mean, I feel really lucky that I get to do this job every day. And so, as I'm sure you can imagine, not being able to see folks in person is really difficult for the individual whose strengths binders are includer, achiever, and woo. So includer and woo mean all of the people being around all the time. So it's been really fun to get to do this, and thanks for setting kind of a template for what we'll do moving forward. And I'm going to give you a little round of applause in the participant thing, because it makes me sad that we can't like actually applaud our speakers anymore. And I really appreciate it. And if I don't see any chats or questions, so we'll let y'all go back to your day, and then just thank you for being members of TAO. And if folks have questions to you or want to check anything out, do you want to share emails or social media handles, just feel free. And I think that's all I got. Taylor, if people want to reach out to you, do they just go to the Walker Tracker app and you're just constantly monitoring it? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm totally muted. That would be our support team that you would reach, and they're fantastic. But if you wanted to get a hold of me, it's taylor@walkertracker.com. Taylor Welsh on LinkedIn and all the things. And then all of our handles are just Walker Tracker, @Walker Tracker on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
Awesome. Thank you. Jared?
Mine, LinkedIn, Jared Swezey. My email is jareds@uptimesciences.com. You can follow us on YouTube. We have a webcast that we're doing weekly on technology, tips, tricks, things like that, that I've been working on. It's a new part of my job. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I would love to connect with everyone.
Awesome. Well, y'all go, Jared, I think you have a sandwich to make, and Taylor, I'm glad your dog made it through without barking. Everybody else, thank you so much. And if anybody would like to be a Meet the Member or suggest a Meet the Member, please feel free to reach out to me or Justin, and everyone have a fantastic day. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Nice
Bye.
conference, everyone. Bye.
Ah.